game of the week on Friday Night Primetime. Tonight, we honor RB girls basketball's class of 2025 on their senior night anti-season closer versus Fenton. It will be an emotional event for these seniors and those playing and spectating as we say goodbye to 4 players who will be playing their last game ever in a varsity uniform. A touching ceremony for Alyssa Morris, Bella Perez, Abby Tyler, and Tali Herrera, who we recognize tonight. Now, even Henry and I, we weren't even involved in the service, but we almost started tearing up ourselves up here in the booth. What do you think, Henry?
Yeah, definitely a very emotional scene down on the court, but they have to control those emotions in order to win this game. The Bulldogs are hot. They've won their last 4 of 5 games. If they want to continue that tonight, they're going to need to control their emotions.
All 4 seniors will start tonight against the 14-14 Fenton Lady Bison, with RB looking to cap off their rocky season on a high note, hoping to finish on a 4-game win streak like you mentioned. Fenton, although standing with a better season record at 14-14, have really underperformed over the course of conference play, currently 2-9 and third to last in the conference standings. One of these losses came against RB on December 5th, who won on the road in a scrappy 43-41 win. I'm sure we can expect another close contest tonight, as even in the last time it was not easy for RB. They had to mount a 13-point comeback, going down by double digits as late as the third quarter. So watch out for that tonight. Abby Tyler and Tali Herrera will be 2 names to watch, as they don't usually see substantial minutes tonight. But they will get the nod from head coach Jordan Mack after playing most of the season in a rotational role. But because it's their big night, they're going to shine on the floor. Abby Weiner will also get the start. She's a junior, but has built quite the relationship with some of these upperclassmen seniors. And it'll be interesting to see what she does as well, because she has also gotten limited minutes over the course of the season. So, Henry, what do you make of the starting 5 tonight?
Yeah, obviously the 4 seniors getting the start, that is very important for this RB team, as it's more of an emotional thing that it's one of their last games in the RB uniform. And then Abby Weiner down there, she's been on varsity since her sophomore year. This is her first year seeing substantial minutes. I'm looking forward to seeing how Abby helps these seniors get the win tonight.
And then on the other 2, you got 2 perennial starters in Alyssa Morris and Bella Perez. Alyssa Morris being a dual sport athlete that is the most seasoned player on this roster. She's been a 4-year varsity player. She'll be substantial in RB's, hopefully, a victory tonight. And you got Bella Perez as well, another dual sport athlete. Most of these players actually playing for the softball team in the spring. She's also been incredible throughout the season, averaging 6.6 points per game, which is tied for 3rd most. And she'll be instrumental if they want to have a win tonight. This RB backcourt is extremely talented.
Yeah, definitely. I would have to agree with you. Alyssa Morris averaging 9 points and Bella Perez averaging 6. They're going to need to score and get to the paint early in order to create a big lead and take this game home.
I believe that I completely agree with you that they need to get to the paint. They were really passive on the boards in their last game as we head to the national anthem now. Channeling her inner 2014 LeBron, sporting the black mask. You just know she's going to go off tonight for a huge stat line. And then speaking on some more keys to RB's victory tonight, I completely agree with you from earlier. RB needs to be on the boards. They need to be all over that. They were not in their last outing against Fenton, getting out-rebounded 44-48, and that's something that they've been struggling with all season. And I think their bigs, and Kennedy Holovosky, who will come off the bench, as well as some of these other people. I know that with this revamped starting five that they have for senior night, they're not going to have as much height and stature in that paint as they would like, so that's going to be very important.
Yeah, I actually got a chance to talk to Alyssa Morris before this game. She said defensive rebounds will be the most important part, and that's one of the most focused on subjects that Coach Mack implies is just to be able to get those defensive rebounds and make them into points.
Absolutely, and then their backcourt has been doing extremely well for RB all season, and they need to keep doing well. More specifically, they need to continue spreading the ball around and spread that love. As, like we said, Fenton outmatches RB in the paint with their bigs. They have an imposing front court, and so because of that, RB needs to operate in more of a spread-out offense, getting their ball all around to their wing players, getting their bigs out on the perimeter if they want to have success here tonight. They need to spread out this Fenton off defense all around to loosen up their defense and really get things going on the scoreboard here.
Yeah, and another problem that Alyssa kind of stated was just the inexperience this team has. And with that, it's a gift and a curse, obviously, because you don't know your potential. So she's looking for them tonight to be able to reach that.
Similarly, another revamped lineup for Fenton, as they have Kira McGowan, Nicole Stashel starting, who don't typically start, as well as their big tonight, 24, Olivia Michalczyk. Usually it's Kamila Pikarczyk that gets the nod as we're about to get underway with tip-off. And here it is. Weiner tips things off to Tyler Herrera to get it started. And there's Alyssa Morris already getting down and dirty in the paint, drawing her first foul.
Yeah, that's Alyssa's bread and butter right there. She gets probably, when she gets in the paint, she's super efficient, scoring 75% of layups. So
Alyssa Morris shooting 51.1% from the line on the season. Gets that first one in there for the bucket, the opening bucket for RB. 1-0 Bulldogs. That one skitters off the circle there as we now have Brittany Poskis taking it up. Rather, Izzy Delgado. Angling to the right. Baseline pass. There's Poskis with the miss, leaves it short. But then with the rebound and cashing it in is Delgado again.
Yeah, there we see the RB problem right there, the defensive rebounds. If they get that right there, I mean, Fenton doesn't get those points. So very important that RB shuts that down immediately.
Herrera on the post. Won't go. Michalczyk grabs it and hands it to Delgado, who will facilitate the play for the Bison. There's Nicole Stashel, one of the twin sisters on this team. An errant pass, miscue to Michalczyk down below, and that ball will now go the other way for the Lady Bulldogs.
Yeah, great teamwork by Abby Weiner and Abby Tyler as they forced the turnover.
Weiner and Tyler have been building quite the chemistry throughout the years at RB, both playing not only for the basketball team together, but also for the softball team. Here's Herrera. Launches it to Morris. Their X factor for this game, without a doubt. Ooh, far pass to Bella Perez, who's open in space. And Nylon gets it right away. First three of the game for RB. They'll actually go for two, but that puts RB ahead up by one. Abby Tyler swarming Stashel. And Weinert hits the deck.
RB is going to need to be efficient from the three-point line. Obviously, a long two there. Unlucky for Bella Perez, but if she keeps knocking down those type of shots, RB definitely has a great chance to win this game.
Without a doubt. Pinned underneath, but gets it out to Michalczyk, who lofts it in for the bucket.
The one fault of the zone is just having that mismatch of players. Obviously, Abby Tyler, the 5'4" guard, guarding just a behemoth in the paint, I guess.
No, yeah, I mean, couldn't agree more there. Michalczyk definitely outmatches Abby Weinert, who doesn't usually start, but now there goes Michalczyk. Corner three for Poskis. Not a chance on that one. Misses the backboard. Tyler taking it up now. Bounce pass to Morris. Surging through the lane. Gets it to go with the right hand lay and finishes. Beautiful finish from Morris. You're going to be seeing that from her all game.
Yeah, I mean, that's Alyssa's second time getting to the paint. If she consistently does that, that's another key objective for RB.
Stepping through the Fenton backboard on that one. And that's off the backboard. Violation, as that will now go the other way in favor of the Bulldogs. Kira McGowan checking out the game. Incoming is Emma Sikierski.
I think Fenton's trying to switch it up a little bit, trying to stop Alyssa Morris, and we'll see if it works.
You can definitely see the mismatch in size, especially now with Emma Sikierski coming on. RB's going to have to get a little more crafty and creative. Their shooting is going to have to be top-notch. Although they did come away with the win against Fenton on December 5th, winning 43-41, their shooting was less than desirable. They actually got outshot 23% to 25% from the floor. And Poskis picks off that one, but swatted away by Alyssa Morris. Allows RB to get numbers back on the transition.
A unique tale of records for these two teams, as the Bulldogs are 9-20, but are 7-5 in conference, and Fenton is 14-14 overall, but only 2-9 in conference. Kind of an interesting stat when you think about it.
Yeah, Fenton got off to a hot start, winning 3 games in a row, mostly against Chicago Public Schools, though. We know that the competition there is not really that stiff. But recently, they've not been hot, on losing 5 out of their last 6 games, and going on a 4-game skid against all conference opponents from December 17th to December 28th, which has definitely dropped them down in the conference rankings a little bit. Here's Mihalchek out top of the arc, miscues it, and Pella Perez picks it up. Slinging it is Alyssa Morris, but can't find Weinert.
Yeah, it looks like a little miscommunication from Alyssa Morris and Abby Weinert. Hopefully it picks up later down the stretch.
You could already see Weinert taking her position down there underneath the rim. Lauren Koch with it, newly checked in. Senior guard for this team. Finds Pikarczyk, it's going to work. And pulling it is Delgado, who misses, but it's picked up by Poskis, not before it goes out of bounds, though. So it's back with RB, up 5-4, halfway into the first quarter.
Yeah, a little Denzel Valentine there from Fenton, but got to look for better shots.
Yeah, not a chance on that one. We actually saw our fair share of air balls in the junior varsity game before this as well. Setting the screen is Perez for Morris. Morris back with it, top of the logo. Rainbow pass to Herrera on the wing. Straight away 3 from Perez. Off the mark. Herrera back with it. Second chance opportunity now for the Bulldogs. Recycle to Perez, who lifts it up and almost gets the 3-point play there, but she will go to the line. That one danced around the rim before coming out.
I feel like a common theme we've been talking about is like the cold and hot stretches. The Bulldogs' last conference win was versus Glenbard South, which the boys also beat. So the Bulldogs are hot and in conference and are looking to make a push for that conference championship.
Yeah, speaking on the boys, the girls, however, it's a different story with Glenbard South. They definitely have a different relationship. Glenbard South is a formidable opponent in the girls' division, currently sitting first and really blowing anyone else out of the competition. Believe it was a double-digit deficit RB went into in that game, and Glenbard South never looked back. They lost the season series there. However, they did split the series with Glenbard East. That was not something that Fenton could do, as they lost both of their ties in kind of a remarkable fashion. They lost 46-22 and then got blown out in their most recent contest with them, 60-21.
Abby Tyler, a defensive specialist here, already making a difference early, creating 2 early turnovers.
Morris and Perez leading the team in points, both with 3 apiece. Morris generous with the ball, finding Tyler. Weiner under duress, gets it back out to Morris. Pull up poster. Won't go, but she saves her own shot. Back now with Weiner. Sidestepping is Morris, but that's a travel. Morris surprised by that call.
Yeah, I'm a little surprised too. Just trying to see what happened down there. I think maybe her heel stepped out, but I didn't see a sign for a travel, but you could definitely be right, Liam.
RB is still sticking with their same starting five that started the game. They're usually known to rotate their players out a little bit more than the boys team, but obviously circumstances are different tonight. Another air ball, but Lauren Koch's arm was whacked on the follow-through by Bella Perez, so she will now go to the line.
Yeah, a flaw in this Bulldogs defense is they are really aggressive, which is a really good thing, but it can also be a really bad thing as it causes a lot of fouls, and fouls down the line can turn into points.
Another flaw is the free throw factor, as Fenton dominated RB in this statistic in their last outing. Fenton going 61% from the line. Meanwhile, RB was a dismal 36%. This is something they definitely need to work on. Another key to victory. They want to come away with the win tonight. That one nails the shot there and ties the game up. And here we see a new face for Fenton, number 44, Kendall Mitchell, checking in.
Yeah, Fenton definitely, you could see, trying to get that size advantage with subbing Mitchell in. Definitely a bigger body on this court for, well, just for both teams.
Definitely a hard assignment Weiner is tasked with as it goes to Perez, who shoots from the wing, catches it in. Her second three of the game. Bella Perez is on fire. Shooting 21.2% from the three all season, which is third on the team. Very solid at the line, and she's an initiator of the fast break as well, averaging 1.6 steals per game, so she's scrappy on defense as well. That one off the heel for Delgado. It's gonna be a jump ball. Actually, no, it's gonna be a traveling. Weinert there packing her bags.
Yeah, it looks like a roly-poly on the ground a little bit there. Just a little too much movement, and the ref's got to call it.
And it'll be Poskis to set things in motion for the Lady Bison. And that's knocked away by Abby Weinert. Poskis will be inbounding it again for her second attempt. RB up by 2. 2 minutes, 30 seconds left in the first quarter.
Yeah, RB is averaging 50 points a game this season, which is one of the higher in the conference, ranking third. RB, they're a good scoring team, but it's just about getting those rebounds and not letting team get second chance points.
And that's a desperate upheaval by Izzy Delgado that doesn't go. Talia Herrera driving into the lane. That one too strong. Decent attempt though, but now it's Lauren Koch taking it up. Morris almost with the steal, retained by Delgado, who gets it out to Poskis. And here it is with the steal now this time. Morris with the robbery. Another travel. Something that RB has been running into early in the game. You know, start dribbling and stop picking up their feet.
Yeah, a little confused on that call. It looked like she got slashed a little bit, but.
And with open space, that's an easy layup for Izzy Delgado. Missed coverage down below. Now tie the game up at 9. Yeah,
the Bulldogs can't have that miscommunication when it's this close of a game. Just giving Izzy Delgado a really easy look.
And Alyssa Morris, not knowing what's going on, allows. Luckily gets fortunate though. Delgado misses the easy layup. Slings it across the court to Weiner, who also misses. Crazy sequence of events there as Morris thought that was going to be a backcourt violation or a kickball, but instead, play goes on. But Delgado misses the easy layup opportunity. And Weiner just adding on there, Weiner misses off the bank shot at the post, and still no score from both of those plays.
Yeah, a little confusing play there. Maybe a heads-up play from Alyssa Morris, or maybe the fact that she was complaining a little bit, but either way, it worked the Bulldogs' way.
And another traveling call, this time on the Lady Bison. Herrera couldn't finish right below the rim, but they'll have another crack at it. Lofting it up. Here's Tyler. Wing 3, catch and shoot. Off the attachment. Back with Izzy Delgado. Fenton's point guard. Rainbow to the left wing. Here's Michalczak going to work now. Koch backing up. Swarmed by Morris and Weinert. Ball goes out, but it's still with Fenton. Incredible defensive work ethic from Weiner and Morris there, combining to get the stop on a lethal play for Fenton so far, and Poskis.
Just a little too much contact for the Bulldogs there.
Currently leading Fenton in points is Izzy Delgado, followed by Lauren Koch, who now stays in, but it's Michalczyk and Poskis checking out.
Yeah, the Bison definitely trying to go with the bigger lineup here.
Emma Sikierski in, and then their highly touted forward center, actually, number 14, Kamila Pikarczyk. She's actually committed to Oakton Community College, so she'll be playing college ball. Baseline feed. And that's Talia Herrera with drawing the offensive foul. Let's stay with Fenton.
Oh yeah, jump ball. Great job by Talia Herrera not to cause too much contact on the big. Not much you can do there, but just grab the ball. So great job by Talia Herrera.
Snatching it away from the clutch of the Fenton guard. Pikarczyk muscling with Herrera. Feeding. And here's a catch and shoot three. That one no good. Fenton have yet to convert on a single three-point attempt, and there's Abby Tyler, unfortunately, unable to come up with the ball. The feed from Alyssa Morris. There's been a few of those now for RB where they just haven't been able to retain the pass.
Yeah, you might have to quit on the cross-court passes a little bit, slow down your offense, and I think they'll get going because they're a really good offensive team.
Time winding down. Will they get the shot? They will not, as we end the first quarter off with a 9-9 tie. But a very scrappy defensive game so far. Some good stops from both teams, but also RB could be up by a lot more had they been making their easy opportunities right beneath the basket.
Yeah, a couple missed free throws, and you just really need to establish yourself in the paint, and they haven't, so.
And we'll now head to an interview at the baseline with Aaron.
It's been a rough and tough game so far for these Bulldogs, but the Dog Pounders loving it. Alyssa Morris with 6 points so far, and a great defensive showdown all around. 9-9 so far. We'll get back to you more in the second quarter.
Things off again. We have Talia Herrera, top of the key. Two new substitutes as we've seen freshman Claire Evans coming on, as well as number 5, Addie Vaya. Two key players to the squad that usually see a starting role. And Abby Weiner deposits the bank there, getting it to go off the glass.
Yeah, hopefully Claire Evans and Addie Vaya can cause a much-needed spark for this Bulldogs team.
Here's Poskis battling with Morris one-on-one. Too hefty of an assignment, so it's back out to Michalczyk, who will go to work against Weiner. She can't get off the pass, and Weinert's there. Rather Addie Vaya, but she falls to the ground, and it's going to go out of play.
This defensive energy from the Bulldogs I love, but the defensive rebounds and the missed layups are what's causing them to ultimately still be in this game.
Yeah, RB still in the winning column, but it could be by much more as we have a catch-and-shoot three by Delgado, no good. Still yet to convert on any of their attempts. RB with numbers now. Here's Herrera. Gets the layup. Huge for the momentum. Up by 4 now, their largest lead of the game, remarkably.
Yeah, huge momentum boost from the senior Talia Herrera, just doing what she does.
Another miscue by Fenton. Here's Claire Evans taking it down. Still yet to get her first points, as that's too strong on the layup attempt. Morris lofting it up and gets the and one. Crowd is fired up as we have a big showing here, the dog pound by Morris. I'm telling you, it's the mask.
Yeah, RBTV zone. Alyssa Morris just getting to the paint, getting buckets, and that's what you love to see it.
She's nearly 50% on the season in free throws, but she's been 100% today, nailing both of her 2 to start. As a timeout is called on the floor. Now here we see it's a 15-9 lead for Riverside Brookfield. They finally started to get some motion going their way as they're humming along. I'm liking what I'm seeing so far.
Yeah, I mean, they came out with energy, and that's what energy will do to a team. I mean, it motivates them, and now they have a 6-point lead.
It's really been Fenton that's shooting themselves in the foot, though, as RB has gotten these points off the transition. It's been errant passes from Fenton's backcourt that's been causing these easy layups that have been extending RB's lead and further helping them to gain this momentum that they're going to need.
Yeah, some, I would say, careless fouls from the Bulldogs, and that might help Fenton later down the stretch. So you need to be able to control yourself, control emotions, and just continue playing.
Claire Evans, as we mentioned before, getting into the game. She's a rising star for this team, fresh out of middle school, the youngest player unequivocally on the roster, but with the highest potential. She's averaging 4.6 points per game. Very impressive for her young age. And Morris gets that one to go. The lead is now 16-9, Riverside Brookfield. Minute 50 has passed into the second quarter, and RB has amassed themselves quite the lead. Baseline feed to Nicole Stasha, who cannot handle it.
Yeah. Another thing to applaud the Bulldogs on is the lack of turnovers. I don't think they've had a turnover this game. That wins you basketball games. When you can avoid those turnovers, you can, I mean, it's easy to win.
They haven't had any turnovers in open play, as fancy footwork there from Morris, who gets it to kiss off the window, adding to her point total, now at 8 on the night. But yeah, no, their turnovers have come where it's been a missed pass, but it's gone out of bounds rather than going the other way up the floor. So no points off the transition for Fenton, really. There's Emma Sikierski being pinned underneath by the newly checked-in freshman Evans and Weiner. Weiner's been doing really well so far. She's been heavily mismatched in size, but holding her own.
Yeah, the heavy defensive role for Weiner. I mean, she's been busy all day, but she's dealt with it pretty well.
Okay, could be some chippiness going on here as Poskis, that's a cheap shot at the midsection of Adivaya. You could definitely see that there's some disruption being caused by this defense. Fenton doesn't know what to do.
Yeah, Fenton's emotions are high right now. You could tell just the sloppy play.
Poskis tries to attack Weiner inside on the baseline, but it's out again for another inbounding play. They just can't get past this wave of white.
Yeah, the Bulldog defense doing a great job shutting down the Bison right now.
Pikarczyk out on the wing. And it's a traveling call. Great defense from Claire Evans.
Yeah, the newly checked-in freshman doing a great job just to force that turnover. And let's see this Bulldogs offense possession.
Morris with it now. Reporter and interviewer for RBTV Sports as well, so we'll catch her with a post-game interview. Wing three, that's nailed by Adivaya. Adivaya went off recently in one of their last games with RB with a stellar three-point performance. Don't let her get hot. She's RB's marksman. But it's Vaya who commits the crime with Delgado driving to the hole. Another inbound for Fenton. Something we're seeing a lot of.
Yeah, it's almost like getting deja vu, right? Just Fenton over and over and over again this baseline inbound.
Checking in now is Kira McGowan for Nicole Stasho as heaves up a prayer there as Emma Sikierski doesn't even touch rim. So it's clear that the RB has been pumping the brakes on this fast-moving Fenton offense, and they've really not been able to find a rhythm here. There's been no tempo or fluidity at all to this movement, and they've been stopped to only 9 points on the whole game.
Yeah, 0 points this quarter so far compared to the Bulldogs, who have had 10. The Bulldogs doing a great job on offense and defense, and whatever Coach Max said in the huddle after that first quarter must have motivated them.
Yeah, RB have scored 12 unanswered here. It's tapped to Morris. Straight away three from Perez again. That one too strong, but it's Vaya back with it. Here's Morris offering it up from the wing. That one ricochets off. Perez muscling her way through the reaches of Sikierski. Morris baseline feed to Weiner. That one won't go. And here under duress is Evans, who picks up the foul. Great play from Morris there, being generous with the ball. One of my keys to the game was that they need to spread the love around if they want to have some success against some of their bigs for Fenton.
Yeah, obviously Morris is a good scorer. We've seen it. But, I mean, I think her passing game definitely goes, I guess, under the weather a little bit just because, I mean, how good of a scorer she is. But she's also a great passer.
And tapped out of play. That's Delgado. What? No, that was clearly tapped out of play by Delgado. Okay. Cheap call there by Stripes as it's going back with Fenton. You saw that too, right? That was
yeah, I saw that.
Ticky-tacky call there.
Yeah.
Ball don't lie, though. Evans knocks it away.
Maybe we didn't see something they saw, but that definitely looked like it would have been Bulldogs' ball.
And that was Fenton's number 21, the intended target on that pass. But here's a loft to Poskis, who cannot convert. That's an air ball right under the rim. Morris now taking it up. Fouled again is this time Gabriela Ground-Pero, who's seeing her first minutes. She might arguably be RB's most influential player, tied for points per game with Alyssa Morris for the most on the team with 9.1. She leads the team as well in rebounds, averaging 6 per game, and is second on the team in assists with 2.1.
Yeah, a cool story about Grupera is that she actually is a transfer student, or a foreign exchange student from Spain, and she says she loves basketball, so it's just great to have that in the RB community.
Call her Miss Worldwide. She was actually taught to play all positions on the floor back at her school in Spain, which is why she has all the utilities and tools of a guard, but she is playing forward because head coach Jordan Mack thought she'd be more important there. She's also one of the tallest on the team, so that helps as well.
Yeah, definitely a lengthy big, much needed for the Bulldogs.
Even better is that she's a sophomore, so she has so much time to grow and mature into an even better player than she already is. RB girls basketball certainly has a bright future with Evans and Ground-Pero at the helm.
Yeah, and honestly, most of the players on this team are juniors, so you still get 1 year of, this primary squad here, and then obviously with Evans and Grupera, they're just looking to compete for the next 4 to 5 years.
Miscue from Morris, snatched away, down the other way now. RB with numbers. But Morris is able to recover and halt the loft up for number 4, Brittany Poskis there. Another air ball for her as Fenton stays with 9 points.
Yeah, the Bulldogs definitely do look intimidating in that paint defensively.
2 new faces as Fenton has brought up some JV players from the last game in which they got smoked by RB. It was around a 30-point deficit. 21 and 23 are unfamiliar to the varsity roster, but they'll be seeing some minutes tonight. Inbounded to RB. Up 22-9, 3 minutes, 30 seconds left in the first half. We'll send it down to Aaron for another baseline analysis at the conclusion of it. Perez now working it around the perimeter from side to side. Back with Morris on the left wing. Inside now to Ground-Pero. Going to work. Hook shot no good, but Morris collects. And that's one's off, but then finally tucked away, this time by Claire Evans. You can see there Morris patting her on the back, able to get some extra points there off the 3rd chance.
Yeah, as a freshman, just getting that confidence there with your teammates' support and getting those easy buckets to build it up, it will help the freshman phenom.
Conversely, you can see Fenton is just not on the same page tonight, as there's some miscommunication there. Poskis was looking for someone to make a run down to the right corner, but no one did, and it was instead Ground-Pero who met her there. Unfortunately, it went in between the legs, though. There's Ground-Pero with the robbery. And here's Morris surging towards the lane. Gets the layup. Topples over Izzy Delgado in the process. Here's Perez collecting and going the other way now. 2-on-2. Claire Evans with a tough finish over number 12 of Fenton, another new player to this roster.
A 19-0 run for the Bulldogs here. You love to see it on senior night. let's see if the Bulldogs keep it going.
19 unanswered, like you mentioned. Insurmountable lead, almost seeming like for Fenton, who's down 9-28. Still has yet to score a single point in this second quarter of action. Something needs to change. You can see head coach Dave Mello is trying to fix something. He's subbing in all these new players that have not ever really received any significant minutes for the varsity roster to try to maybe galvanize this team or get them going a different way. So far, nothing's working.
Yeah, I mean, Fenton's got to switch it up a little bit. They tried to go with the big rotation, and it hasn't really worked. So we'll see if maybe we'll get a small-on-small matchup here, but I don't know what will be the solution for the Bison.
Bison are actually 6-4 away. They have a better record on the road than they do at home. Like we mentioned, they're 14-14 and 2-9 in conference. And last time they met, it was much closer than this. RB was actually down by as much as 12 going in late into the third quarter. But then just like this, they mounted a comeback, putting up double digits unanswered to cut the lead and eventually come out with the win. There's Vaya with the missed attempt. Mitchell sub back in, but can't get it for the pass. Evans almost gets the takeaway bucket.
Yeah, careless error by the Bison.
Another error as they just keep stepping onto each other. And this time, Morris converts.
Yeah, a domino effect for the Bison, as you could see they're kind of emotionally crushed on the court, just bickering with one and each other, and just not a very good scene for the Bison.
Every single player on the floor for the Lady Bulldogs has a point. Meanwhile, for the Bison, only 2 have gotten to score in this game. Here's Evans now, feeding it into Perez. And it's a pile of humanity out on the floor. Jump ball that will go RB's way. Bella Perez there getting feisty on the ground with number 44, Kendall Mitchell. 2 new substitutes now coming in. Abby Tyler and Tali Herrera, the 2 seniors, in for Vaya and Claire Evans. Abby Tyler, athleticism is a family business for her and her family, with her brother playing college baseball at Morton College and her older sister playing college softball at Triton College. She also has a younger brother who hopes to follow in the family footsteps. Currently on the JV team, hoping to make a name for himself, Anthony Tyler.
Yeah, definitely a really athletic family, the Tylers are.
They're actually sitting below us right now, watching their daughter dominate Fenton Bison with pride. Coach to inbound now. Kendall Mitchell checking out. Delgado back into this game. Poskis, Camila Pekarczyk, who really has not been, she's been subdued this game, which is kind of surprising. She's one of the only players on the court to be playing college basketball. She'll be taking her talents to display in Illinois for Oakton Community College. Less than a minute now, winding down. 45 seconds left on the clock. Outlet pass to Koch, wheeling inside, and gets the mid-range.
Yeah, the Bulldogs, one of their keys defensively was the defensive boards, and they've only given up 2 offensive rebounds this game, so definitely a bright spot for the Bulldogs there.
Morris, not too savvy with the ball, trying to dish it into Abby Tyler, but loses it. And right now, Herrera is fouled, and it'll be inbounded for RB. 20.8 seconds left on the clock. Up by 17.
Elizabeth Delgado definitely frustrated with that foul after kind of a frustrating second quarter, to say the least, for the Bison.
And here's Herrera at the line, shooting 37.5% on the season. Another spring softball player. Every single one of these senior players that have been honored tonight at the ceremony actually all play softball together, except for Alyssa Morris. So while this will be a bittersweet ending, as this is the season closer for the girls, they will continue their athletics in the spring, fortunately.
Yeah, I do think that helps a lot with chemistry, right? Just being able to bond with these players all year long with preseason stuff for both these sports. I mean, it definitely helps.
Well, absolutely. That's an obstacle that does not exist for a team like Riverside Brookfield. Meanwhile, Fenton, you don't know what's going on. The only chemistry you could really see is the companionship in the 2 twin sisters on the team, and Nicole and Natalia Stachel, but only one of them has gotten in tonight. So it's possible there might be an injury with Natalie Stashel, number 31. She actually usually gets the start, but it's instead Nicole who has seen more playing time. Poking it away is Vaya, but collecting it is Poskis, who tries to go down. Doesn't come up with it. Here's Morris now. 5 seconds left. Baseline feed to Tyler. Tries to get in. At the buzzer. Gets it in. That was going to be the last score of the first half. RB stretching their lead to 20 as we head down to Aaron with some more baseline analysis.
The Dogs have absolutely found a hold of their game in this second quarter. Only 4 points allowed by this defense, and the hot hand for these Dogs has been Alyssa Morris. 15 points on the game, been on the floor the whole first half, and has played stellar defense. Dog Pound's loving it, and so are we. Back to you at the booth.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the floor, the Riverside Brookfield
RB capping off that first half with an exclamation mark. Abby Tyler with the jelly roll layup to finish off the first half as we head down to the court for some halftime entertainment. Basketball senior night. RB up by 20 heading into the third quarter. Already here's Michalczyk, and already there's a foul called. As fouls have been the name of the game. They've run rampant here tonight along with the turnovers. One thing that set RB apart though and helped them get to a 20-point lead is the fact that they've been taking advantage of these free shots they've been given, hitting on almost all of them.
Yeah, RB has been super efficient when it comes to being in the paint, and just in general are being really efficient.
Great side set there from Koch, but can't capitalize. Back in the hands, this time with Weinert. Similar starting five to what they began with. The exact same as Morris. Gets the rebound there, scrappy over Poskis. Perez, though, off the mark on the corner. Morris, though, turns it back in over the top. Now a 22-point lead for Riverside Brookfield, getting out of hand.
Great hustle play from Morris just to keep that possession alive, and got a second and a third chance look, converting on the third.
Morris able to turn it loose out of the hands of Michalczyk down low. Koch, top of the arc three, bounces away. Morris now with it, engineering the offense. Tyler out on the wing. A little switch from Perez and Tali. Herrera lofts it over the head of Izzy Delgado. Bounce pass feed back to Perez. Quarter three from Herrera with space. Clatters out. Herrera yet to get her first points of the game. Here's Morris now with the inbound, setting things in motion. Weinert with it. Morris launches. That one no good. Perez tries to salvage the rebound, but can't get it before it goes out of play.
Yeah, deep three from Morris. I would like to see them move the ball a little more, not get too cocky with their lead, but it's senior night. You got to have a little fun.
Absolutely, yeah. That's going to be a tough decision that lies ahead for head coach Jordan Mack, though, whether or not he wants to let these seniors play out their last second half of their high school tenure, or rather give some more minutes to some of these less experienced players and help them develop more, such as Maggie Porter and Giselle Rogers. Michalczyk working down low, bobbles it, and it's back with RB until it is still a white ball. It was poked away in the end by a Fenton adversary, so it'll stay with Riverside Brookfield.
Speaking on just developing players, I think he's done a great job mixing in relatively young players and but still letting the seniors have their night. So I think Coach Mack has done a great job with that.
I'm in agreement, because while there has been some players that usually don't see significant minutes, that's usually accompanied by some more veteran and capped players on the court to help them lead them along. Perez with the steal. Offensive foul. So it will go back with Riverside Brookfield here.
A little confusion, it felt like, between the Bulldogs and the Bison, just seeing whose ball was it, what the ref was actually calling.
But similar story to the first half. Fenton cannot get anything going with all these turnovers. It's hard for them to find a tempo.
Common theme for this is just the Bisons. I mean, they look emotionally drained out on the court. They they need a boost of energy, and we'll see if they can get it anytime soon before it's too late.
At times, they're trying to push the pace down the floor, but they really just need to pump the brakes and change gears because it's leading to these costly giveaways that RB's converting on the other end. Here's Tyler now. Off the backboard, can't get it to hit the rim. Lauren Koch taking it up. A new point guard for the Bison. Pikarczyk. Michalczyk now. Met with resistance by Abby Weinert and stolen away by Abby Tyler down the other end. Herrera in hot pursuit. Foul called.
What a defensive play by Weinert, just to get up and get physical with a bigger body on the court. The Bulldogs, they've been doing that all game, and it's working.
Yeah, mentally, RB is just one step ahead, reading every single pass. Everything just seems so telegraphed by this RB scheme, and it's playing right into their hands. Herrera now. Bounce pass feed to Morris in between two. Corner three from Tyler. Cashes it in. Extending the lead now for Riverside Brookfield. That's Tyler's 5th point of the game.
I feel like the Bison are always in constant confusion. It kind of looks like inbounds and just set plays that they're a little confused. So that might be one of the, I guess, many things that have gone wrong for the Bison tonight.
Head coach Mello needs to go back to the drawing board. RB reading every single play. And you speak about the size, and it just keeps getting larger here as Kendall Mitchell gets subbed on. You have Mitchell, Michalczyk, Pikarski all on the floor at once, and they're still not getting anything going in the zone. Speaks volumes to the defensive efforts Riverside Brookfield has been putting up all night. Outlet to Pikarski. Corner three by Koch. That one won't go. Hard to recall a time where they actually converted on a single three-point attempt this whole game.
Yeah, I guess a break for Kendall Mitchell. I mean, she had Bella Perez on her, and all Bella could really do is foul. So I guess a break for the Bulldogs in that situation, as it would either been 2 points or a foul.
And Fenton looking really immature, as this is a very upperclassman-heavy team. A lot of seniors on this roster, but RB is just outmatching them in almost every facet.
Yeah, getting a little foul happy here, the Bulldogs. They're not as disciplined as you'd like to see them, but I guess with the lead, it's not that critical.
Speaking on Alyssa Morris, she's up to 14 points on the night. RB's leading scorer for sure. And the ball has been going a lot more her way without Gabriela Grapera on the court, leading her to be RB's main source of cash. Weiner doing well to box out Kendall Mitchell down below. Baseline feed to Vaya with open space. And converts down low. Great assist there by Morris, who gets it to Vaya. Jumping over the top is Michalczyk, angling right. That one too strong off the glass. This time with Nicole Stachel. Tyler now on the break. Here's Herrera. Got a heavy assignment. And that one rolls around the circle before going out. But here's Tyler again. Here's a second chance. Morris driving in on the left. Almost gets the finger roll in. She will go to the line now to shoot some more.
Great defensive play by Tyler, just to strip the ball away and get that second chance point, which led to Alyssa Morris' free throws.
Been a celebratory evening for Riverside Brookfield so far. Definitely the way they're wanting this last game to go. While it has been a rocky season as they've gone 9-20, they're finishing off on a very high note as they could potentially end the season on a 4-game win streak here.
Yeah, Abby Tyler had herself a day with 4 steals. Hopefully we'll get to see some more action from her as it's her senior night, but you never know what Coach Mack is cooking up.
Yeah, certainly stuffing the statistics for her. She had been averaging only half a steal per game, so with 4 steals tonight, that might be a season record for her. Falls perfectly into the hands of Herrera, who takes it the other way. RB with numbers. Lofts it up. Won't go. And falling over, it's an avalanche of bodies. Nicole Stachel falls onto the body of Brittany Poskis, and it's going to stay with Riverside Brookfield.
Yeah, you like to see Alyssa Morris helping the Bison up, as it's been a little bit of a chippy game, I'd say. A lot of fouls, but all good sports in the end.
Alyssa Morris virtually has no weaknesses to her game. She leads the team in points per game, assists per game, and steals per game, and three-point shooting. And she is second among starters on the team in field goal percentage as well.
I mean, that's what you expect from a player that's been on varsity since, I think, her sophomore year.
Since freshman. She's
freshman
a four-year varsity player, which is incredible.
And I'm pretty sure significant minutes, if I'm not mistaken. I haven't been here all 4 years to see Alyssa play. But, I mean, a very consistent and significant player for this Bulldogs roster all 4 years.
Crossing over is Koch. One-on-one with Herrera. And Mitchell just can't handle the ball with Evans hounding her. But she will go to the line now. Evans, the perpetrator.
Yeah, little trouble foul for, or the Bulldogs are in a little bit of foul trouble, as that will send the Bison into bonus.
Already an insurmountable lead, though. Riverside Brookfield up by 26.
Kendall Mitchell, I mean, you might want to send her to the line more. That was not a great attempt.
That one also falls short. On the putback attempt is Michalczyk, who does not get it. Another foul. This bonus might help to chip away at their tremendous deficit, but probably not by much if they're going to keep missing on these free throws. Like we mentioned, though, in their last game against Riverside Brookfield, they actually were cash money from the free throw line, shooting 61%.
Yeah, I wonder just kind of what changed maybe from the Bulldogs' perspective or from the Bison's perspective. I mean, obviously, these teams can compete in skill level. Maybe it was an off day for the Bulldogs last time, or maybe it's an off day for the Bisons right now.
Met with force is Addy Vaya on the fast transition. That's going to be an offensive foul that's called. Kendall Mitchell taking the charge. Heads up play from her. Our Fenton starting to get a little bit of momentum back. Swarmed is Tali Herrera on Lauren Koch, who crosses up Addy Vaya. Mid-range jumper won't go. Alyssa Morris now with the hezzy hey. Surging through the lane. Great footwork Euro step. And Alyssa Morris using her frequent flyer miles as that is a travel. Really nice Euro step there, though, as she is able to switch the ball to the other side of her body.
Yeah, these refs might not be familiar with the European style of basketball, but that's all right.
It's possible head coach Dave Mello might have slipped him a fiver, telling him, lighten up a little bit on the calls. Poking it away is Addy Vaya. And Michalczyk gets her first points of the game there, down below.
Yeah, not much Grupara could do there. Just big against, I guess, skinny player, and there's not really a ton she could do except put her arms up.
Vaya hoisted on the corner three. It was too much, but then Grupara gets it for the putback attempt. 42-17 now, Riverside Brookfield. Minute 30 left in this third quarter. Great feed to Michalczyk. I think that was number 3 who was the intended target. Vaya ships it away. Tali Herrera clear the tarmac. Gets the lay.
There has been no let up from this Bulldog defense. They have been hounding them from half court since the start of the game and will continue till the end, it looks like.
Best offense is a good defense, as these turnovers have been turning into points on the other end. RB taking it coast to coast on multiple occasions. Minute now remaining. Foul called. Grupara commits the crime.
Yeah, that's a hard call as a referee, as it's big versus small going at each other. And, I mean, all they can really do is shove in that scenario, but you got to call it.
This will be Michalczyk, who doesn't usually see a lot of looks from this range. Sinks the first one. Subbing in now for Riverside Brookfield is Kennedy Holikowski, who, speaking of free throws, shoots second overall in her percentage, shooting 62.5%. She's someone you want to see go to the line for sure.
And the Bisons convert again on free throws. That's probably been the only consistent thing from their game tonight, is they've been pretty consistent from the line.
Wow, and you can see RB's two highest scorers linking up there, kicking it in to Grapera down below, who finishes with the easy lay. 46-19 now, Bulldogs, almost up by 30. Holikowski going to work on Koch. That's going to be a backcourt violation.
A little confused. What would the call there?
That'll stay with Fenton on the other hand. Holikowski, though, not letting Koch have any outlet. Michalczyk now working against Grapera, going inside and getting and missing on an easy bucket, and then to make matters worse, falls on top of Morris. She's not going to be too happy with that.
Yeah, Alyssa Morris having a little fun down there, laying down almost like a dead corpse in the paint, but all fun and games at the end of the day for Alyssa.
Yeah, ever since the second half, Morris has kind of been taking a different role in this offense, being more of a facilitator and a floor general, offering it up to other players and getting more guys or girls involved. Still at 14 points, but racking up those assists now. Still more than willing, though, to get down and dirty in the paint, as you can see there. But unfortunately, it's too aggressive as she's called for the offensive foul.
Yeah, ref's getting a little whistle happy here. Kind of got to let it play out when it's this big of a lead, but I guess you got to call the right calls.
A younger starting five now for Riverside Brookfield. 1 second left, heaving up his coach. No good as we head to Aaron by the RB girls sideline.
Alyssa Morris.
Defense has been the story of this game. These dogs have not let up. Haven't let up more than 10 points a quarter, and one of the key factors is still Alyssa Morris, 14 points on the night, but it's not just been all her. When one slows down, the other steps up. That's the other message this team is trying to send. Great all-around physical play despite choice calls by the refs and a lot more obstacles coming their way. Back to you in the booth.
And with the third quarter coming to an end, we will now head to the break. RB up by 27, heading into the final quarter of the girls' senior night game. It's been a tale of two games for Riverside Brookfield and Fenton in their season series. And the first one was a very close contest, RB narrowly winning 43-41. And now you look at the scoreboard here tonight, and it's 46-19 heading into the final quarter of action. The game plan has been completely different from head coach Jordan Mack, and the seniors have outshone Fenton in almost every possible way. There's Fenton getting their first score, though, 46-21.
I mean, I think I get to take a little credit for this win, as I helped this team prepare as I got to scrimmage the girls varsity team. It was a super fun experience. Thank you to Coach Mack and Coach Gerald for letting that happen.
Yeah, MVP practice player Henry Jurgens.
Yep, you heard it here first.
As Herrera hoists, and that one's too strong off the rim. Outlet back pass to Tyler. Give and go 1-2 with Tyler and Herrera, and that one also too much. And so it's back in the hands of Fenton.
I mean, the key for tonight, as you said before, is masked Alyssa Morris. She has a plus-minus of 27, which is almost unheard of in the high school basketball realm.
Yeah, the last time RB have been losing in this game was with the first points of the game, down 3-2 in the first minute of action in the first quarter. And since then, they have not been looking back. Fenton seems to be in the rearview mirror, not only in this game, but in conference. Third to last in the standings. Although Riverside Brookfield with a winning record in the Upstate 8 in their inaugural season, up 7-5. They certainly don't really have a chance of winning anything. But nonetheless, it's been a fantastic night for these seniors. And this game, I'm sure, will leave a lasting impression on their minds in terms of how the season went. Here's Tyler finding Holovoski. Great movement here as Bella Perez dispatches off the iron. Tyler will try again, leaving it short. Finally corralled by Kendall Mitchell.
Great ball movement from the Bulldogs, just a unlucky couple misses for them.
And here we see Morris going with it the other way. Another steal for her. Morris leading the team in steals per game, averaging about 2 each night. Michalczyk, who should be having an easy basket here, though. Holovoski says, no, no, no. Not a chance on that one for Izzy Delgado. Another air ball.
Yeah, we've seen 2 of those now tonight. It might be time for her to retire it.
Maybe start giving the ball to her teammates, spreading the wealth a little bit.
Yeah. She is a senior, though, so you have to give her that. Just trying to have fun in her last couple games.
Here's Morris being shadowed. Perez cutting left, trying to finish over 2. Foul called.
Kind of a unique journey for Bella Perez in basketball. Tore her ACL, which is kind of an injury that you don't really come back from in high school sports. It's definitely a unique situation that she's had.
Especially considering how she is a dual sport athlete playing softball in the spring. Such an athletic person that I'm sure this ACL hindered her severely, but she's able to come back, make a valiant return. And she's actually also great teammates, both for club and for high school, with Alyssa Morris, as they both get subbed off here, seeing some fresh blood out on the court. But speaking on that chemistry, they play on Midwest Elite Mean Streets together, so you could definitely see that bond being shared on the court between the two. As she buries that second free throw attempt, extending Riverside Brookfield's point total to 47. Finally getting subbed off, and now have a new starting 5 for Riverside Brookfield, led by Gabriela Grappera, tied her first in points per game. Also on the court is Jocelyn Hernandez, Maggie Porter, Maya Tennicott, and Giselle Rogers.
Yeah, now we kind of see Coach Mac's plan, get young, undeveloped players their experience that they need to develop.
Rogers, for example, only averaging about 4 minutes per game. Same with Porter, averaging a similar amount in 6. Tennicott with 7, and Hernandez with 9. Many of these players not really seeing more than 10 minutes per game. Grappera going to work then with 3 people. Too much for her, but she gets a real rebound now on the right wing. Rainbow loft to Maya Tennicott, that's intercepted. And there's Delgado getting the and 1 over Giselle Rogers.
Yeah, trying to get a little flashy there. Doesn't work for RB, but
you could see Rogers a little unfamiliar with the current schemes that Mac is implementing. Draws a foul in her first minutes in the game. Delgado heading to the line now. Fenton's #1 point guard. A senior as well, but they already had their senior night. They still have 2 games left to play on February 11th versus an unannounced team, and then finally their season closer against IMSA Academy on the 13th. Meanwhile, for Riverside Brookfield, this will be their last game of the season. Grappera frustrated with that call. They'll go the other way now for Fenton. More on Grappera. She's really is a do-it-all forward. Leads in points per game, rebounds per game, and is first among starters in field goal percentage and free throw percentage. I don't know what they're teaching her over in Spain, but it was some good stuff.
Yeah, the European style of basketball, as we talked about earlier. I mean, the refs got to get used to it, but.
What do you make of the Luka Doncic trade, Henry? Speaking of European stars.
Yeah, definitely A+ trade for the Lakers, but I would say for the Mavs, trading away a generational player for a 34-year-old injury-prone, or 32-year-old injury-prone center is definitely a mistake.
Yeah, not a great look for the Mavericks front office at the moment. We'll see if Nico Harris is a secret genius as the NBA season continues on.
Yeah, I mean.
Pinballed around there, but it will head RB's way.
kind of reminded me of like a 2K trade that you just do for fun, like with your buddies or something like that. Like, when I first saw it, I thought it was a complete joke because I don't think like I don't really have experience with being a general manager in any sort, but I would never accept that trade.
At least listen to other offers on the table first. I'm sure Mavericks couldn't have gotten way more than an injury-prone Anthony Davis, like you said.
Yeah, and like maybe it's just I honestly could not tell you one reason why you trade away him. Like, they said his fitness, but I genuinely don't see that as a problem. I mean, he uses his body to score.
Yeah, you don't use someone's conditioning as a reason to trade someone that's going to lead your team to championships for years to come, and that's still not even in his prime yet at 25 years old.
I mean, yeah, LeBron's 40, and he just had a 40-point game, right? So if you might have 10 to 15 more years of him, and you trade that away for an injury-prone center, you don't, like, it's unbelievable, like, that trade.
Delgado there going for the tough bank shot, but couldn't get it as it rattled around and went out. Maggie Porter also picked up her first points while we were deep in discussion. And then Giselle Rogers drew a traveling call looking to go on the transition. As that first one goes out for Michalczyk, who has been Fenton's #1 forward in this game, surprisingly over Kamila Pekarczyk, who has mainly been chosen as their #1 center for the majority of the season.
Yeah, a little bit of surprise that Fenton would switch it up, and not a crucial game, but definitely the ability to have a really close game.
And there was Jocelyn Hernandez there, bricking that shot. Hernandez now on the fast break. Gets it off to Grappero, who leaves it short, gets her own rebound, though. Here's Maggie Porter going to work. Again, there's Hernandez hoisting. Too much, though. Clanking off the left side of the rim.
Yeah, an interesting look from Delgado on the other basket. Kind of just threw it up with a prayer, I guess. But you wouldn't really expect that from a veteran player like her. But I guess just trying to have fun senior year.
Exactly. Yeah, game is most definitely out of reach for this Lady Bison team. And at this point, they're just trying to work on their technique. Upcoming after the game, we have an interview planned with player of the game, Alyssa Morris, who reached 14 points on the night, leading her team to hopefully a victory with 3 minutes, 21 seconds left. That's looking highly likely, up 22.
Yeah, not even just, 14 points, was it? But she also did have 5 assists, which is kind of an unbelievable stat. Just like how much she moves the ball is crazy to me. Just the passing, the scoring, she has everything.
And she had plenty of steals as well tonight, at least from my vantage point. Really getting it done on all facets of the game. Tennicott finding Hernandez. RB's sharp shooter so far on the court. Polovosky finding Tennicott in the corner. Rogers, pull-up mid-range jumper, got it. That's her first points of the game. She's averaging .9 each time she plays. So that'll certainly elevate her stats there. Air ball on the attempt from Koch, now going the other way once again. Straightaway three. Too much. Trying again now. This time. Count the bucket. Hernandez gets it from the wing. Some commotion. Ref urging Riverside Brookfield to tone it down a little bit on the sideline. Alyssa Morris getting rowdy a little bit, hitting her signature dance moves. Can't blame her.
Yeah, just trying to have fun senior night. The ref, I guess, might be a little mad. I don't know. Maybe he had the money line on the Bison.
Yeah.
But
complete buzzkill.
Yeah.
Lauren Koch with it now. Defensive foul on Jocelyn Hernandez. Because they hit the bonus, they'll be going to the free throw line.
This might be a long 2 minutes, Liam, just because a lot of fouls being committed by the Bulldogs and the Bison.
The refs seemingly having a vendetta on Riverside Brookfield, not wanting to go to the running clock, letting this game drag along. Lauren Koch hits on her first attempt. I'm sure, though, this won't be like the boys' game we called a few weeks prior where there's about timeout called every single 10 seconds in those last 2 minutes. That was a much closer affair. I think here, head coach Dave Mello will be respectful with the time and realize that this game, too much out of reach to be calling those timeouts.
Yeah, definitely a really great game to call, and it was super fun, and glad the Bulldogs obviously came out with the win.
Huge crowd pop there as Maya Tennicott deposits the jumper. There's Delgado who uncorks. Too much on that one. Michalczyk now. Blocked by Maya Tennicott. Back-to-back stellar plays from the center. Looking to work her magic once again. Under duress from Kamila Pekarczyk. Here's Holovaski hoisting. No good, but Giselle Rogers with a rebound and cannot convert. So it's back in the hands of Izzy Delgado.
Yeah, a couple chances for the Bulldogs there. They just can't convert.
And you can see an entire shakeup in the starting five now after Michalczyk hits that.
And it looks like we'll get a 5-person sub for the Bison with the use of the timeout. Don't really know what they're trying to do here. Maybe it's to get some players some experience, but the Bulldogs definitely have this game in the bag.
Yeah, head coach Mello's trying to draw something up for this new 5 that's out on the court. Get them a little acquainted with the game plan. Down 25 points, minute 17 left to go. It's been a stellar senior night for Riverside Brookfield, and I'm sure we're going to see a few tears start to be shed in these next minutes.
Yeah,
emotional night for these 4 seniors.
Yeah, I mean, it means a lot to these players that have been through this program and run through a lot. Bella Perez and Abby Tyler both tearing ACLs, and both multi-sport athletes. As you said, that has to leave a little bit of emotional scarring as that affects their athletic career. But when it comes down to it, they gave it all they could.
Here's Tennicott now, bobbles the ball. Hernandez now cutting right. They're trying to get it into her hands. She's been their shooter. Pocket pass to Giselle Rogers. Holokovsky now kicking it out to Tennicott, trying to make a tough finish, won't get it. Rogers now puts up an unconventional shot for him. Rebounded again. RB have been great off the boards after being passive in their last game. Corner 3 from Maggie Porter. Way too much on that one.
Yeah, a little too much from a traditional big man for this Bulldog squad.
Stuffed by Maggie Porter. 3-ball attempt, no good. Kendi Holokovsky trying to stay in bounds. Falls back in the hands of Fenton. No one can make a shot right now. Here's number 12, lofting up mid-range. No good. Can they get the rebound? No, they cannot. Here's Giselle Rogers. 10 seconds left. Can they get a shot off? Who will go in the hands of? Looks like Holokovsky down low. Outlet pass. That one's blocked, and that will be the final points. Setting up a moonshot. It's one of Fenton's younger blood, but it does not go nowhere close. And it is a bittersweet moment for the Riverside Brookfield girls, especially the seniors, as it ends in celebratory style, winning 56-31 in their last game in a varsity uniform. Henry, what do you make of this impressive outing?
I mean, I gotta love it for the seniors, man. They put their heart and soul into this game, and to see this outcome on senior night, it's special.
Finishing the season off 10-20, a less than desirable record, but nonetheless, it's going to leave a lasting impression on this team. And now, as we head down to Aaron with a post-game interview with player of the game, Alyssa Morris.
It feels really good to finish out our last home game with a W and almost everyone getting their points on the board. And it's just like a little little sentimental because I just seen my JV coach and it just made me shed a tear a little bit.
A big scoring game tonight. What was the key to your game?
The key to our game was playing together and not making the same mistakes as we did throughout the season. And I think we executed that pretty well.
Playing for anyone tonight?
Huh?
Playing for anyone tonight?
Playing for anyone? What do you mean?
Is anyone in particular playing for a team? Anyone?
What?
No. Never mind.
Yeah, I did good. But yeah, Alyssa Morris here, number 15, senior. I'm out. Thank you. RBTV.
Well said by star point guard Alyssa Morris, one of the most talented seniors. As we've been an emotional farewell to Abby Tyler, Morris, Bella Perez, and Talia Herrera in their final game in their basketball careers. Few of them will be continuing their athletic career in the spring season for softball. But that'll do it from us here in the booth on Friday Night Primetime as we bid you so long for the Dog Pound.